Hello, my fellow vidiots. So I got asked in comments about this game that I was playing the other day on the vlog, and apparently a couple of you guys actually do play this game, and this is called Final Fantasy Mobius, and essentially there is a multiplayer aspect to it, but it's a single player type game by default, and you've got different classes and stuff, and so I figured I would, because I got asked what level am I, and pardon me, and how I was doing things. So as you guys can see, here's my stats. My knight is level 160, and you get jobs as you rank up your class. And you can see, like, I have a knight, but actually, I could go all the way up to a samurai with him. And I am nearing the final skill panel for this character. And I also have a mage. This is a black mage, but I could go to a white mage or an apprentice mage. I've got that going. This right here is my ranger, and he's got a couple of jobs where I've got him upgraded. This is my actual knight class, where that's the only thing I've got is the knight class on him. And this is the ace striker, or striker ace. I'm not sure which one it is. Let's see here. Does it tell me? Ace striker. And this is kind of modeled after the Final Fantasy X hero. But you can see they're all about anywhere from 150 to 160. And I keep my knight on right now as far as this is my onion class and my onion soldier class, and I keep it on the knight right now because he's got the best defense out of all of these guys. So, but that is those stats right there. You can see this is what I've got on them as far as my cards, which is what grants you abilities and various skills and spells and stuff while you're fighting. So I do have, because a couple of you guys asked about this too, you can see I have the mini echo on here. My rental card is my regen card, and as you can see, I've been bumping up the level, but I got lots of different spirits here that I could choose. As far as her name is Echo, and she kind of follows you around and gives you a little boost every now and then. But I've got several different Echo outfits that I could use, like the well, this says Aerith. We all here in the U.S. it's Aerith, but from Final Fantasy VII, this is a spring one that came out, marking the beginning of spring. This is a Mog costume that she can wear. This is a pirate costume that she can wear. But I like keeping it on the little mini Echo. I like the look of that one. So as far as land base goes, from where I am on that, because you guys did ask, this is the current arc that I am in, and I just cleared. As you can see, all of them are cleared with a check mark. I have not started the whole poo-poo quest here. That's actually the guy's name. I'm not making that up. The Midgard quests, I've got reactors 1, 2, and 3 done. I'm on reactor infinite, but it's extremely difficult, which is the Final Fantasy VII lands is what that is. And then in my regular lands, as you can see, I have, I'm on chapter 4, going into chapter 4, and I still have chapter 2 to finish getting completely cleared. So, and like I said, I did just finish the Hunter's Lands right there, and got it all finished. So I'm going back to kind of do a complete clear off on this, and then I'm not sure if I'm going to go back into the Midgar reactors or continue on with episode 4. I got to remember what all I needed to do in here, because I think other than that one right there and this one right there, I think I got the rest of these cleared out. Yeah. So, I'm going to teleport over to this one, and I will show you guys a little bit of how my character interacts. Oh, and, hold on a second, I will get back to it. I'll show you here real quick. As far as the weapon that I use, I've got the level 3 Masamune. Gotta pronounce it wrong or close enough. I've got the level 3 of that. I do have the level 4 of the Blank Blade, which is your default blade, but it drops my magic and it drops my defense and my crit chance down. And the only thing it brings up is my break power by 10 and my hit points up by just a little bit. But the extra skills that I get by using this stuff right here just allows me to go through these fights a lot simpler. So I stay with that. So we will go into here, and these are what's called rental cards. These are cards that other players have. Like I showed you earlier, mine is the regen card, and that's because I haven't gotten any of these other cards to put up as rentals. This is a reroll. You can do this 4 times. I'm trying to... that's what I want. That one right there. Look at this, you guys. Tons of stats when you use it. It is awesome. So, and considering I'm going into a red area, these enemies are not incredibly nice. So, but this... and I go on ahead and click it on auto mode. I let the auto mode fight unless I have to step in. But this is the Final Fantasy Mobius. It's an interesting game so far, I can tell you that. Like I said, I'm up through Chapter 4 now, and it's kind of starting to explain who you are and really why you're here. Especially as you're doing the side quests, you start getting more and more information. And it's an interesting game. It's one I would recommend to people if they like a storyline for a game and they like some frustrating, almost like close battle type fights. I would highly recommend it to players who have that kind of view on gaming. Now, like you can see right there, I turned my auto off so that I could heal to bring that back up, because my character, even though he's in defense mode, he will let that go way down, and then I have been killed before just because the auto mode didn't bother to heal, going as though it could take it, and no, it couldn't. So I do step in occasionally just to make sure that my character's healed. Now you'll see, like these... elements right here, these orbs that you collect, that's what allows you to cast these spells as you get enough. This sword allows me to draw those elements that I can use for any of the stuff that I have on there. That's part of the other reason why I use this weapon. So it's kind of a game mixed with kind of well, okay, for those of you who are watching my Final Fantasy IX series right now, where we get abilities by adding on equipment, this isn't so much you get abilities by adding on equipment as it is you have cards. You have a total of 4 cards that you carry with you, and your cards change based upon your character type, and you know, the areas you go into, and as you get stronger cards and you level them, that's what grants you these abilities. Well, the more abilities you get, the stronger abilities you get, the easier, of course, it is to take on these enemies. So, boss battle time. So it's kind of like a mixture of 8, 10, and the combat, kind of the similar combat as to how you, that's exactly what I was going to do, as to how you would kind of real-time battle fight in either 9, 10, or either of the online Final Fantasy Online games. So it's a really interesting game, and it is available for PC and mobile. I play it on both my PC and on my Android phone, and I have my accounts linked, so it's the same account going back and forth. So it's interesting and it's fun, but it's not for everybody. I will tell you guys that it is not for everybody. It's not your typical like Final Fantasy RPG. So I will warn you guys about that. It's fun, and it can be extremely frustrating at times, but it's well worth it if you like those kind of battles where you kind of get into them and you fight with boss monsters and you know, really get into the kind of the strategic planning side of because here I'll show you. Like, you can go in and it tells you what kind of monsters to beware of. If there's a boss monster, what the boss monster is, shows you the difficulty of it. So you kind of have to plan out ahead of time. You do have a stamina bar, as you can see, like this stamina right here. It's going to take me 33. Well, I only have 38, so by the time I go into this boss battle, it's going to come up, and I'm going to have 5 at the end of this. Now, that's not too big of an issue because I have a way of refilling my stamina, so I can go on from this. But these boss fights, they will kind of drain you really quick, so you kind of have to watch out for that. Oh, look at that. Great Gospel's back. I would love to have that Great Gospel card, you guys, but I've yet to be able to draw it out of the store so that I could have it. But yeah, it's a really fun game. Like I said, I don't recommend it to just the average player if you don't like these kind of games, because what will happen is you'll get started into it and you either won't like it, so you'll just quit playing, or you won't understand how the fighting mechanics and stuff work, and you'll just constantly be getting beaten, and out of frustration you'll quit. So but it's a good game if you like these kind of games. So I hope that answers some of the questions that you guys were asking me. Right now I don't have a list in front of me for the specific questions, and any of the questions that you guys have that I didn't answer in this, just send them to me, and either tweet them to me or direct message them to me, and I will be glad to look over it and answer you guys back on that. So no Skyrim for this week, for the simple fact that I'm having an issue with Steam at the moment and my Skyrim. I don't know why, but for some reason, if I try to access my Skyrim, it brings up, you know, the normal Steam connection as it would, and then it fails out. And I've already uninstalled and reinstalled, done it with mods. Oh, pardon me. Oh, and without mods, and I yet to get it to work. I think I know what the problem is, but I've got to wait until I get back to my home where my normal computer and stuff's at, so that I can get it fixed. But not to worry, save game is still there. I haven't lost it, so we'll be able to pick back up on it next week as soon as I get the game to come back up. So, but thank you very much for watching, you guys. I know this is not really a normal long video that I would do towards the end of the week, but like I said, I couldn't get my Skyrim to work. So, and I remembered that you guys had some questions, that you guys sent me some questions when I put this up as a vlog, a quick vlog, and it was showing you a little bit in here. And some of you guys who play this said, hey, what are your stats, and what are you, where are you at within the game? And so that's where I'm at, you guys. You can see where I'm at and what I'm doing, and how I'm kind of stacked on my deck and how I'm doing things. So, but any helpful hints, tips, tricks, comments, or suggestions, please put them down below. Trust me, I could use it. As much as I'm enjoying this game and playing it, I am still in some areas where I could use some help. So feel free to post those and let me know. If you guys would, please hit that like button for me. It helps me out, helps the channel out. Kind of makes it so that I can see that you guys may want to see more of this kind of videos, which I'm more than happy to do. And until the next time, you guys, like I said, regular Skyrim will resume next week. As soon as I get it fixed, I'll be right back on it. So, but until next week, you guys, laters.